Hello, hello, everyone. You are someone and I am someone else. And welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, how I enjoy this world. Anyway, that's besides the point. I love that intro. That was a great intro. I wanted to say you shouldn't care who your leader is in your country. The reason why is because here's the thing. If you rely on a leader to improve your life sucks, okay? If you rely on the government to improve your life sucks. Legitimately sucks. You didn't do anything to improve your life? That sounds like a terrible plan, right? I'm not saying that you're a bad person or a good person or whatever, but you legitimately haven't done anything? You think the government can help you? You are gladly mistaken. But if you think that the government can help you, or it can bring systems maybe to potentially help you more, okay, I could see maybe, oh, there's a new system, it might be able to help you. But no, you have to navigate your way through those systems. The world's hard on everyone. To say the world's not hard on people is wrong. Now, maybe there are some people that inherited wealth. There are three ways to gain wealth in this world. There are three ways to gain power in this world. There are three ways to be influential in this world. And here are the three ways. You inherit something. Okay, you have to work. It's easier for you. In life, it's easier. You've inherited muscles. You inherited money. You inherited something. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you leverage your looks, or you leverage something to get something from somebody else, right? Whether you are really good at free trade, you need a middleman in an economy, or else the economy is inefficient, right? That's what the Austrian economic. That's what basically almost every economist says. Middlemen are essential in this economy, or else if you had the government do everything, well, all the members of Congress and all the president would not be that efficient. Anyway, that's besides the point, right? That's number two. So, for instance, let's say you're an attractive girl. You got some good fat cells in the front of your body, right? You can attract a man with maybe a little bit more money than you. Okay, that's rule number three. Rule number four. Yeah, you're just poor. You're like me. You're poor. You're destitute. Now you gotta work harder than everyone else to get where everyone else is. It might take you 40 years, but you'll do it. You generally will, because you know what it takes. You know that there are people starving to death who could try. Right? So again, you're destitute, you're poor. I'm not poor exactly. I live a pretty good life, to be honest, but I didn't inherit anything. All my money that I make's mine. But I try my best to help other people out, with my money or whatever. But like if I need rent to pay rent, I pay rent. I pay my own bills, right? And you gotta remember, paying your own bills is a sign of responsibility, but it's also a sign of freedom in some regard. It's a sign of enslavement, but it's a sign of freedom. Don't ever forget that you're always enslaved, but you're always free. Remember that. Animals are free to be slaughtered. That's what freedom is. So, I mean, in some essential, I'm a very cynical person, obviously. But if you rely on a leader, if you rely on a president, like if you're constantly, saying, "Oh, I hate this president, I hate him. Oh, he's gonna ruin my life." I'm like, he's got a 4-year freaking term. What are you talking about? It's a temp job. It's a freaking temp job. You should be relying on yourself. No one's there to help you. Keep that in your mind. No one's there to help you. I am not here to help you. Your parents are probably not here to help you. No one's here to help you but you. You are the only person who can help you. I know that because because I read books. I've got plenty of books on my bookshelf, by the way. Plenty of freaking books on my bookshelf. I'm a great intellectual, right? I have intellectual thought from the constraint vision, from the unconstrained vision of philosophy, from anything in between. I have many different people, many different I disagree a lot with Milton Friedman, but I agree overall with his overall philosophy. Like I like his antitrust law stuff that he talks about, but I disagree with his the roads should be controlled by the government. I completely disagree. I think it should be managed free market wise. But again, that's just what I believe. I believe that the roads have not done a very good job. Our tax dollars are not being efficiently ran. with our roads. So maybe we need a mix between both, and we do have a mix of both. But I think we should have more privatized roads. That being said, I do think people should be on those roads. So maybe it should be more privately. I don't know. Honestly, that's a bit hard to really justify. But like the toll booths should not be controlled by the government. I don't know. I think because the government, I see the way they handle things, and they're not hiring enough people to maintain their roads. It's clear. Like you go on the phone for 4 hours, right? Doc. Hey, can I pay my fee on the phone? And you're waiting 3 hours because they didn't hire enough government employees. See, government doesn't work. It's inefficient. Clearly, they don't care about you. So, at this point, right, there are things you can agree and disagree with. And I am just here to tell you, like, you know, just because you disagree with something, just because you hate some president, some leader, right? Whether you hate the Donalds or the Bidens or whatever, I don't really care, right? You hate somebody, okay, or you hate his policies, or you just don't want him in office for whatever dumb reason, right? You think, oh, it's illegal for him to go to office. Yeah, but will it actually impact your life? Think about it. When's the last time a president's impacted your life? When is the last time? Oh, the Mr. Brock, he raised my freaking taxes because I didn't have health care. Okay, well, that was kind of your fault, but whatever. Because they did actually call it unconstitutional when they did. Okay, I should not be talking about that, but it's like, you know, that was probably the last time someone's impacted. Was during the 2008 crisis, and that was when, you know, right before the Barack was elected. So maybe you could blame the president before him. What was it, Bush, right? You know, all the risky loans that were being made. I mean, the last 4 presidents have been, or last 5 presidents, I should say, have been just go happy, spend money. There's no actual investing process whatsoever. There's no actually analysis on their investment. It's all speculation. It clearly is. There's a lot of malinvestment in the government. Clearly, there's just way too much. They think they have way too much money when they're spending all of it, plus more. Think about it. If they get 100% of the money, right? Then they spend 120% of the money. That's what's happening every single year. Imagine this. Now, to this year, we are over $200,000 per person in federal debt. This federal debt, not state, not local. Federal debt, $200,000 per U.S. citizen. And you know whose fault that is? That's the leader. And you know why? It's the leaders because it's our voters' fault as well. Because our voters say, oh, I want the government to help me. Not realizing that costs money. Now you have more national debt on you. You have more federal national debt on you. Because you wanted the government to help you. You see what happens? You are the animal that is free to graze and to be slaughtered. You are your own enemy. And the fact that you think that the government can solve your problem really tells me something. Oh, I got my bank hacked. Oh, I want there to be customer restrictions on banks. I want there to be actual rules and laws. What do you think this is? A free society? Like, come on, there's a social security number. You know what a social security number is? By the way, it has less security than your library card. I'm not even joking about that. Okay, less security than your library card, yet we rely on it for everything. Everything. I'm not joking about that, right? You think you're absolutely free with that social security card. That's so funny of you. You don't live in North Macedonia where your money's safe, do you? No, you don't. So stop claiming you're free when your money's not safe here. Your money will never be safe in North America. At least in the United States anyway, because the freaking social security system's broken. There's no security. I can hack anyone's social security number if I wanted to. I don't want to do that because I'm a nice guy. I don't want to hurt people. Right? But there are so many people who would hurt you right now. But they just haven't done it yet because they're waiting the long term. They're waiting for you to get all your money. And then they take those payments out of your bank. Yeah. So, I mean, yes, I am a sociopath. But the reason I'm not a sociopath. The reason I have less qualms about me, the reason why I believe people can be taken advantage of, is because people let them. Because people don't understand that there's no laws. There's no reason to play fair anymore. You just lay your head low, work hard, and then get the hell out of the way. Get out of the way, right? Oh, I don't want you on the highway. Get out of the way, right? Let me achieve my goals without anybody, right? you know, you meet someone for 10 minutes, you like the first 5 minutes when you meet them, but after 5 minutes, they have nothing to value to add. I was just using you for the first 5 minutes. I don't actually care about the rest of the 10 minutes we met, the other, rest of the 10 minutes we left, right? I mean, again, that's why I probably don't have any friends. I'm not the greatest philosopher in the world. I don't have anything to bring to the table in terms of my philosophy, but like, you should never care who the president is. And I always like, whenever I see social media and they're like, I hate my president because of this, and this, I'm like, what are you doing with your life? Do you have any other thing you could be doing? You probably achieved less than your president. I have achieved, I try to achieve more than my president. Your goal is to beat the president, not to re-elect some other idiot. But whatever. You think you can play the game by spreading propaganda across social media? Go ahead. I have no problem with that. But I'm just here to tell you, you shouldn't care who your president is because you are in charge of your decisions, not anybody else. When you make a financial plan, you make a budget in the United States, it is your budget you stick to. Regardless of your social security numbers out there on the internet, it's 150 million social security numbers are out on the internet. I could just search up and take as much loans out on people as possible if I want to do that. I'm not going to because that's illegal, but there's a huge security leak and people just don't look about it. They don't talk about it. Think about it. You think that would be talked about more. You would think, oh, we need to save people's money. No, we're going to let the money leak out because we don't actually care. We just think we do. And anyone who's caused stealing social security numbers are probably in jail. Most of them are anyway. But I just wanted to tell you about that. Like, we're not safe. You think you're safe here. It's not. That's not the reality. Now, geographically, yes, this is one of the safest countries you can be at. But sociology-wise, no. The schools have turned people against each other. The schools have made it. They're so manipulative. The schools and the ideology here is beyond belief. I hate this humanitarian ideology. When you see that the world's evolutionary, it's not revolutionary. You guys have to stop thinking like a revolutionarist and start thinking like an evolutionarist. Look at the world around you. The world's about evolving, not about revolutionary or whatever you call it, right? Not about causing a revolution. It's about seeing the evolution. And that's what makes me such a different philosopher from everybody else. Adam Smith was a evolutionarist. Karl Marx was a revolutionarist. I've read both of their books. I love both of their philosophies, right? But I ultimately agree with Adam Smith because at least he's observing. At least he's taking stuff in. Karl Marx is just mad about things, but yet I don't think he was actually in the factory working. He just saw the factories. So, I mean, he's right. You do lose meaning with the division of labor, but what does that matter? You've created more wealth than any potentially any civilization across the world. Why does losing meaning in your job matter at all? There is no reason to matter about your job. Your job is just to put food in your belly. That's all a job is. It's just to give you some modicum of survival. I mean, if you were in the caveman days, you would die. Think about what would happen if we got rid of our trade networks. I guarantee you half the American population would have died if we got rid of our trade networks. If we got rid of the division of labor and we wanted this pure social system like people are advocating for, people would die. People would want to find meaning in their jobs. Okay, teachers love the idea of having meaning in their jobs, but if you pay them more than somebody who's like an oil drill worker who only cares about the money and doesn't actually care about the conditions of the job, you give people who are, you pay the people who do the jobs that people want to do more. You know what that would do to the economy? It would completely lopside the economy. You'd have, the workhorses be the workhorses, and you have the people on the wagon. There'll be more people in the wagon than people in the workhorses. Eventually, you drag everyone down. I don't want that. And so I've always said, don't allow that to happen. But anyway, that's besides. You are someone, I'm someone else. Just here to tell you, you shouldn't care who the leader of your country is, or the president of the United States, or whatever president of whatever country you live in. You should only care about what you're going to do about it. Goodbye.